Hello and welcome to the launch of Rosy Gin. It's just the drink, not the glass.
Hi guys, we are a premium London-based gin, Rosy Gin, and we're coming to you live from Ravensbourne. We wanted to welcome you guys all to our live today for the launch of our brand new gin, Rosy Gin. We wanted to take you all on the journey of how we ended up where we are now and how we started right back at the beginning. So let's take a step back and have a look at where it all started. So before we became Rosy Gin, we thought about other possible opportunities that we could venture into. We thought about food, clothing, jewellery and even music, but then we took another step back and thought, what's something different? What's something that we haven't done before? Because between the pair of us we have covered all those topics and we wanted to try something a bit more different, which is when we started thinking about drinks and eventually we landed on gin.
And we decided that we both enjoy social activities such as drinking gin, and we both have the name Rose in our middle name, so we wanted to name it Rosy Gin. And here we have a mood board of the sort of colours that we wanted to incorporate into our advertisement. For example, the dark background in contrast with the colour of the gin, which we thought would be very colourful and bold in the advertisements. So they're just some examples on our mood board. So we're now going to be going on to our adverts, starting with the YouTube advert.
Rosy Gin, it's just the drink, not the glass. Okay, so that was our YouTube advert, and we shot it in the style of a YouTube short, but that would be our YouTube ad to cover all of our adverts. Moving on, we'll be looking at our Instagram adverts. Okay, so that was our Instagram campaign. As you may have noticed, there was an image on there as well. That image we created before we started thinking about any of the videos. It was the starting point for the aesthetics. Once we took that photo, we realised that was how we wanted our brand to look. So yeah, that was the starting point of Rosy Gin, and it's the starting point of how our house style became the own house style. Moving on, let's take a quick look at our TikTok adverts.
And we're now going to show you our audio advertisement.
What can I get you?
Can I get a Rosy Gin, please? Thanks, mate.
Rosy Gin, it's just the drink, not the glass. Always drink responsibly.
So now we are going to be showing you our brand positioning map. So we're going to put ourselves here in the middle of the high price and low price, because we are an affordable gin, but we're also a premium product.
We also put ourselves towards the high social media presence end of the chart because we decided that for us, we wanted to start off by creating a strong brand awareness. We wanted our social media presence to be strong. Because looking at some of the other gins, we noticed that some of them, whilst they are seen as the most popular, they didn't necessarily have the most social media presence. And with the rise of digital marketing, it's very important that social media is used effectively.
And with our price as well, we wanted to incorporate the $24.99 mark. So this is a psychological pricing, so people perceive this as 24 instead of 25, and this brings return on our customers as well because people perceive this as cheaper. And our promotions, so we're using direct marketing with personalised voucher codes, and this increases customer satisfaction. And our process, it's customer focused. There's also incentives for people to sign up to our newsletter for a free gin. And also for physical evidence, there is feedback surveys, so how did you find us, and reviews as well, so it's customer involvement and it shows us as a company on where we can improve.
Okay, so looking at our product by itself, so as you may have noticed, we've been using a lot of grey and pinks throughout this live and throughout our advertising. There is a reason behind these colours. So when creating our product, we realised that gin is mainly targeted towards women. It's often described as mother's ruin, and we wanted to kind of break that stereotype. We wanted to show that it can be served in more than just a dainty glass. So we wanted it to be a feminine drink still, but aimed at men. So we picked the pink, and we picked a baby pink because it's still really feminine, but it's not really bold, it's not in your face. And we picked the grey colour to go behind it to kind of contrast that and to be a bit more masculine and add that manly touch to our product. We also, with our product, we picked the rose as a symbol to go alongside the name Rosie, because eventually we want the rose to be synonymous with our brand, to keep that associative learning between the rose symbol and our gin. So we've also decided to use our logo consistently through all of our advertising and also on this live. Again, that consistent use of our logo, we want you all to recognise that Rosie Gin is us. We want you to recognise the product and the brand to the faces. Now currently our gin is only available directly through us because this is more cost effective, just while we are beginning to start up and grow our business. In the future we would like to sell our gin through bars and through supermarkets and places like Tesco's, Waitrose, wherever. We want to get our gin out there, but unfortunately right now you can only buy it through us, but we are hoping to make this change in the future.
So in terms of our communication mix, we also offered PR packages to micro-influencers that were men and women to welcome the idea of our gin breaking gender stereotypes and help increase brand awareness. The idea of communicating with influencers was free for us, but for them to feature our gin on their social media channels, it came with a price. So we decided to use micro-influencers as we are a startup brand, and it was cheaper for us to communicate with micro-influencers than macro-influencers that have a larger following. This would later be applied to our marketing strategy to maybe use macro-influencers later on.
Okay, so let's actually have a look at the adverts that we created, starting with the audio. So obviously we used ASMR throughout that with the sound effects. The reason for doing this was because we wanted to heighten the experience. We were thinking about the consumer, who's going to be listening to it. If you're listening it through headphones, like how's that going to feel? How's it going to be enjoyable to listen to it? Whilst we were trying to make it enjoyable with the ASMR, we did have to think about the ethics behind it. Obviously we are promoting an alcoholic drink, so we had to make sure that we weren't promoting like excessive drinking and that we weren't showing off that drinking was the most positive thing you can do. So we had to be very careful with our wording. Obviously we want you all to buy our gin, we want you to enjoy it as much as we enjoy it, but we don't want anyone to overdrink, excessive drink, and then potentially harm themselves or anyone around them.
So for our video as well, our evaluation on that, it's a non-skippable advert. So this increases brand presence and gets our full brand message promoted to our audience instead of a skippable advert, which consumers may not choose to watch and skip. And it's suitable for different devices as well, and especially for people who use mobile phones a lot.
And looking at our overall campaigns across social media, our audio advert and our YouTube advert, we really wanted to make sure that customers were at the forefront of our advertising. So we tried to use responsible marketing throughout the campaign. As you will have noticed that we use the drinkerware, we have them linked in our adverts, which for us we believe this was really important because as I've just mentioned, it's an alcoholic drink, so we wanted to provide that link there for anyone that needs support or any advice about drinking. It was really important to make sure that we had that support in place for people. We didn't want our advertising to come across as irresponsible. We wanted to make sure that the customers knew the positives about our product, but also were aware that there is help out there for the alcohol. If they have problems and need that kind of support, we really wanted to make sure that the customer came first.
And using our slogan also, which is "It's just the drink, not the glass," it heightens the idea that our customers can drink our gin in any glass, in any setting. It's a versatile product, and we are trying to make a positive experience for our customers rather than just advertising the gin itself. And we're also, again, positively breaking stereotypes, the gender stereotypes, as we believe that men and women can enjoy Rosie Gin. And we also have examples of other advertising, such as TikToks, and here is some examples. So this is a Bloom Gin YouTube short. Again, there's some similarities that are incorporated in our own videos, our YouTube short. So the drink being poured into the glass, some close-up shots, aesthetically pleasing with the garnishing, as well as the bottle that is featured in the background, which is very similar to our videos.
Okay, so this next advert might be recognisable to some of you. It is, of course, Gordon's. We were very inspired by this because it's very recognisable. They've got a really strong cognitive connection between their marketing and them as a brand and their products. What we really liked about this was their use of colour, and also the fact that they didn't feature people. It was entirely the gin. The focus was entirely on the product. One thing that we would change though is obviously the glass, because for us we're trying to break the stereotype of gin being and that's such a dainty stem glass. So for us we would switch that about, but you know, it's effective, it's recognizable, it's very strong. And then obviously they finish off with the slogan, which again, that was very inspiring. Everyone knows the slogan of Gordon's, shall we? So that helped us come up with it's just the drink, not the glass, because we wanted that slogan to be recognizable with Rosy Gin.
So now we're going to show you a couple of TikToks that we used as inspiration. So one was from Craft Gin Club. So this one uses bold colours and was very similar to the kind of backgrounds that we wanted to include in our video advertisements and TikToks and Reels. And there was cuts throughout the clip, as well as close-ups of the pouring of the ice and the drinks. So yeah, it's great for people with short attention spans as well.
As well as this, we also liked the fact that it's more of an action shot rather than just a still showing off the bottle. With our gin, we're trying to promote the experience over the product itself. So we like the fact that they were making an actual drink and they were showing how the drink can be used rather than just showing off a bottle of gin. We like this because for our own inspiration, we could switch out the glasses like the one on the right and use a tumbler over a fishbowl glass. We just also, as mentioned, we like the aesthetics of the one on the left because we like the kind of darker vibe. It fit with our masculine look. But yeah, overall, we thought these two were really good inspiration, and it was something that we tried to carry through when creating our own TikToks. Okay, so we just want to thank you all for being here on our live. We hope you've enjoyed seeing the journey and seeing how we've become Rosy Gin. So thank you all for watching. We hope that you will be purchasing a bottle of our gin soon. And remember, it's just the drink, not the glass. Thank you for watching.